Picture a radiant angel, the first creation of the divine, standing tall in a realm of light, proclaiming with fiery ambition, "I will rise above the stars, I will claim a throne higher than the heavens." These bold words, dripping with defiance, echo from Lucifer, the most perfect of angels, whose beauty and power once rivaled the divine itself. Yet consumed by envy and pride, he plummeted from grace to become Satan, the lord of a dark underworld. At Real World Channel, we're diving into the electrifying saga of the fallen angels, beings of celestial splendor turned architects of chaos. Buckle up for a journey into rebellion, betrayal, and the chilling mysteries of the infernal. In ancient texts, Lucifer was the morning star, the first sun crafted in the image of the divine. Imagine him, a figure of breathtaking beauty, radiating light, entrusted with divine duties alongside archangels Michael and Gabriel. He was the pinnacle of perfection, cherished above all. But perfection breeds arrogance. Lucifer's heart swelled with pride, whispering that he was no less than the creator. Why bow to anyone? His envy burned hottest when tasked to serve a promised savior, a human messiah. To him, it was an insult, an unbearable humiliation. And so, with a spark of rebellion, he rallied a third of the angels, igniting a cosmic war that shook the heavens. This wasn't just a skirmish, it was a cataclysmic clash of good and evil. Lucifer, with his cunning tongue, swayed countless angels to his cause, promising glory and power. But Michael, armed with divine might, led the loyal forces to victory. The rebels were cast out, hurled into a shadowy abyss. There, Lucifer became Satan, the adversary, crowned as the lord of a fiery underworld. His fall wasn't just a loss of grace, it was a transformation into a figure of dread, with a lion's roar and a serpent's guile, forever scheming to tempt and corrupt. Satan's story doesn't end in exile. His shadow looms over humanity's earliest tales. Picture the Garden of Eden, a paradise of lush greenery and innocence. Adam and Eve, the first humans, lived in bliss until a serpent slithered in, its words dripping with deceit. That serpent, the embodiment of Satan's cunning, lured them to taste forbidden fruit, shattering their harmony and casting them into a world of toil. This wasn't just a snake's trick, it was Satan's first strike, proving his power to twist human hearts. And his mark? The infamous number 66, a symbol of imperfection, starkly opposing the divine perfection of 7. Think 7 days of creation, 7 virtues, 7 seals. 666 became a chilling emblem of temptation, a warning of paths that lead to ruin. But here's where it gets wild. Some ancient texts, like those we've explored on our channel, suggest 666 holds deeper secrets. One legend claims that summing 3 sixes equals 18, symbolizing 18 virgins or pure souls. A dark ritual, it said, could summon Satan himself if these souls were offered. Now, we've debunked similar mystical claims before, and our take? This sounds more like folklore than fact, a tale spun to terrify the superstitious. Yet the number 666 has haunted history. Take June 6, 2006 060606, a date feared by many as a harbinger of doom. No apocalypse came, but the dread lingered. Even stranger, some point to historical events tied to cycles of 666 days, from the outbreak of World War I in 1914 to the 1923 Tokyo earthquake or the 1945 Hiroshima bombing. Coincidence? We're skeptical, but the pattern sends shivers down the spine. Satan's influence doesn't stop at numbers. His followers see him not as evil incarnate, but as a symbol of rebellion against rigid divine rules. In the Middle Ages, when strict religious doctrines forbade even married couples from intimacy on certain days, some turned to Satan worship as a way to embrace their desires. By the 12th century, shadowy rituals emerged, gruesome ceremonies involving self-harm or worse, all to honor the Dark Lord. Fast forward to 1966, and a former hypnotist in America founded a so-called Church of Satan, complete with a black pope and bizarre rites. Thousands, mostly disillusioned youth, joined, some even offering their souls, or others, in pursuit of power. One chilling case from 2011 in Germany saw a young couple murder their friend in a ritual sacrifice, tattooing 666 on his body and drinking his blood, claiming it was a tribute to their master. They believed he'd reward their loyalty in the afterlife. But Satan isn't the only fallen angel stirring fear. Enter Belial, a demon so potent some texts rank him alongside or above Satan himself. Created just after Lucifer, Belial was a prince of virtue before his fall, radiating charm as he rode a chariot of fire. Yet his rebellion turned him into a lord of deceit, commanding 80 legions of demons. Picture him, a grotesque figure, half-decayed man, half-woman, with eagle's claws and goat's hooves, or sometimes a charismatic warrior wielding a blazing sword. Ancient scrolls like the Dead Sea Scrolls call him the Angel of Darkness, the antithesis of divine light, weaving 3 nets of sin: lust, greed, and defilement. One tale, Belial incited Egyptian sorcerers to defy Moses, fueling chaos in the Exodus. Another, from the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, warns that lust draws people closer to Belial, pulling them from salvation. Belial's power is no myth in these stories. He's said to grant favors, wealth, influence, even love, but at a steep price. Summoners must offer sacrifices, and even then, his promises are laced with lies. His name, meaning worthless in Hebrew, betrays his nature, a deceiver who speaks truth only under threat. Some texts, like Milton's Paradise Lost, paint him as a cunning orator, swaying angels and humans alike. In one 15th century tale, a nobleman allegedly sacrificed hundreds to summon Belial, only to face execution for his crimes. We've covered similar stories on our channel, and while these accounts grip the imagination, we lean towards skepticism. Human cruelty, not demons, often drives such horrors. Then there's the locust plague, tied in some myths to a lord of locusts. Ancient texts don't name Belial explicitly here, but the imagery is striking. Swarms of locusts, billions strong, sweeping across continents like a biblical curse. In 1874, North America faced a plague so vast it darkened the skies from the Rockies to Canada's prairies, devouring crops and leaving farmers destitute. In 2019, Las Vegas was overrun by millions of locusts, a surreal invasion blamed on wet weather. Some texts link these swarms to demonic forces, but our view? Nature's chaos, not supernatural wrath, explains these events. Science shows locusts have incredible biology, muscles that propel them a meter per leap, eyes that process images faster than ours, drives their devastating migrations. No demon needed. The allure of these fallen angels lies in their duality, once divine, now damned. They embody humanity's struggle with pride, envy, and desire. Satan tempts with freedom from rules. Belial seduces with power and pleasure. Yet their stories warn of consequences. Rebellion leads to exile, temptation to ruin. Whether you see them as literal demons or metaphors for our darker impulses, their tales grip us, urging us to question. What drives a being of light to embrace darkness? That's the mystery we chase, and we're thrilled to share it with you.